April Fool's party? That's even better. Yeah. See? Everyone.
Sure.
We're not gonna have a party on April Fool's, everyone.
No, we're not. What am I doing? What did you
Hey,
say?
April Fool's.
11.
We're having a party.
11?
Oh, no, we aren't in the party.
Like 12, 13, 14, 15,
No,
16, 17,
no.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
No, not helping you.
And
What do you want?
31.
31?
I think it's Cameron.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
31.
31.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go away.
Oh shoot, I didn't know.
I'm just kidding, I just did 11 through 22.
Okay, number 31. So that is the equation that represents the population of the world at any time t after the year 2000. Okay? So before we answer the question, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. What does this equation tell you about population growth?
It is,
Goes up. It increases by
It is exponential growth.
yeah, and it's
Colton?
It increases by 14%.
Not 14%, but
1.4%.
1.4%.
Yeah.
And exponential growth, it increases by 1.4%. And what does this have to do with
that's what it
anything?
starts at.
That's what it starts at. In the year 2000, the population was 6.72 billion. Okay? All right, so we want to know when the population will be 8 billion. So what do you do for that? What do you do for that?
Oh, you said equals 7.
Set it equal to what? 7?
Because it equals 6.72, so it will be 7.
Because what?
Equals 6.72.
Y equals 7?
Yeah, 7 equals 6.72.
I want to know when it's 8 billion.
Oh, I think it's 7.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Let's say
put
8.
an 8 there.
Like, what is the 7?
I thought you said 7.
Okay, no, I said 8. All right, so 8
What?
equals 6.72 times 1.014 to the x. How do I solve that?
Divide by 6.72.
Divide both sides by 6.72. So those cancel. What's 8 divided by 6.72? What? 1.19?
0.0405.
Okay, 1.1905. Sure, why not?
That equals 1.1.
That equals 1.014 to the x.
And then you
Log.
it.
Log it. Log this side. And I'm going to log this side. Okay.
Using 12.54. Oh, shoot, sorry.
You're right. Mariah?
No, I'm just confused.
Well, let's unconfuse you. What's your question?
No, I'm fine now.
You're good now? Okay. So Sarah said the x moves in front, and Brooke just skipped ahead of the stuff and said since the x moves in front, you have to divide both sides by the log of 1.014, right? So you get x equals 12.5-ish.
Yeah.
So what's the answer?
1.5 years.
Or 13, or what do you want to do?
From when?
2000.
Right. So the answer is in 2012, the population was going to surpass 8.
So with the 12.5, how do you figure 2012?
Wrong. What's
Because-
wrong?
We started in 2000.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh,
I think you're right.
She's always right.
Yeah, I don't think the population of the world is 8 billion yet, so this model is
falsity.
falsity. What? What were you asking?
Oh no, sir, explained it.
Oh, okay, good deal. All right, anything else?
18. Is it
18?
recording?
21 and 20.
Yeah, we're recording. 18. Okay, what now? What do I do for 18?
So you go plus 5.
No,
Minus 5.
right, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides because that's actually a positive 5. So I'll get that to cancel. It'll be negative 3 to the x equals negative 45. Then the negatives cancel out. So it's 3 to the x equals 45. Right, and then you log both sides. So log 3 to the x equals log 45.
Look at that.
So put the x in front. So then your final answer is going to be what you get when you divide log 45 by log 3, which is 3.465. Because they said tens, hundreds, thousands. They actually want 4 decimals. crazy as that sounds. 1,
What is that one, 21?
that one is 18. Okay, what else do you want?
He'll make me look.
21.
21?
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
right.
All right, 21.
I like to do it every day.
Oh yeah, this is a tough one. So what do you do to start?
So you go,
You
Yeah, that one.
do that one thing, you log both sides.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say, Mariah?
Yeah,
Like the-
I just
the
did it
2x
before
plus
that.
Okay, so you log both sides, but then this is different because in the exponent this time there's addition. Okay, so that's going to change things a little bit. So we're going to put that down in front and make it 2x plus 1 times the log of 25 equals the log of 144. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to mess with this at all. I'm going to start by just dividing both sides by the log of 25. Good. You got it. So those two things cancel. And what's the log of 144 divided by the log of 25?
Under the first
It
I was
is
sort of
1.544.
So 2x plus 1 equals 1.544. Okay, and then now it's an easy equation to solve, right? We just subtract 1, divide by 2, and you're done.
That is that one.
Okay?
If you go down to
Point
the,
five, so
it's going to be
point,
0.272 because it's like 97.
yes, 0.272 is correct.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
22.
22. I didn't want to do it.
Okay, you said that for me, you want to do any of the problems, but then
You know why? Because you said I need help on 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, so then we're done.
He didn't say please, that's why.
No, it really has nothing to do with that.
Please.
Okay, can I save us some trouble and just write the log in there right off the bat?
Yeah.
You just say the answer.
That's 7 1.
Yeah, you guys don't, so I can just not give you any homework.
Yeah.
I can
Yes.
just give you all the answers.
Yes.
And then everything. These guys are making my life so much easier.
Well, this one's like the same thing.
So, now that we have logged both sides, what does that allow us to do? Just like exactly like in the last problem.
Divide by.
Right, take the 3x minus 5 here in front, and then divide log 5
go, Jordan.
by log 2.
It's -4.
And what do you get for that?
Minus 4.
Log 5 divided by log 2 is negative 4.
No.
It's not. Is it correct?
The problem is,
Oh, it's 3x minus 4.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's log 5 divided by log 2?
-4.
Really? That's the game we're going to play? Just shout out answers hoping you might come up with 2.7.
2.321. 2.32, I mean.
2 point what?
2.32.
2.32. Okay, so again, 3x minus 4 equals that. You add 4, divide by 2.
See, I knew how to do it.
Okay. All right, anything else? Going once? What's the range? Going twice?
No, I meant like that.
Oh, finishing the section. Okay, will you pass those forward, please? If you just really thought about it for about 30 seconds, you probably could have figured out already what we're going to do today. Because every time we do something in math, we always do it backwards. Okay? So instead of starting out with an exponential equation where you have to take the log of both sides to solve it, we're going to start with a logarithmic equation that you have to write as an exponential equation in order to solve. Okay? So we're just going backwards. But it is so super simple because your understanding of logs is so solid that you're going to be like, totally easy, okay?
Burn them.
All I have to do is rewrite this using the definition of log. So what is the base of this function? 10. So what is the, how do I rewrite that using the whole definition of a log? What do I do? How do I rewrite this without the word log in there anymore?
4x.
What? What? 4x minus 3 equals 10 squared. Good, because it is this number So this power, remember, this was the whole definition of it, equals this right here. Yes? Right? So for example, one of the things we did is we figured out that log base 2 of 8 equals what? 3, because 2 to the third power equals 8. Right? Okay? So we're doing the same thing here, except now we have a variable in there. So I'm going 10 to the second power equals 4x minus 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's an easy problem to solve. 4x minus 3 equals 100.
Because, it's the same theory.
Add 3 to both sides. 4x equals 103. Divide by 4, so x equals what? 25.75. Okay, yeah, should be really easy if you understand just this first step. How to take this to this power equals that.
But I feel like we're gonna get to the assignment, it's gonna get super complex and hard.
Yeah, what do you do if there's
For sure. Yeah, like the very first one, right off the bat, you're gonna go,
Why don't you give us a hard one?
you didn't teach us this.
Wait, what is this assignment?
That always happens.
Okay, let's practice this again right here.
Okay,
So,
Yeah, so get this straight because this is the easy case.
so it's five.
Okay, so you gotta have this one.
So it's 110.
So it's 3 minus 2x equals
10 to the negative.
10 to the negative 1.
Okay.
Okay? All right, then you can figure out what 10 to the negative 1 is by hopefully understanding what negative exponents are used for, or you can ask your calculator, but either way you do it, you will get 0.1 as an answer. Okay? And then solving from there is a snap. What did you just say? Yeah, you said add.
You meant subtract.
You meant
I heard
subtract.
subtract.
Subtract 3 from both sides.
Subtract, what are you talking about?
So negative 2x equals negative 2.9. Divide both sides by negative 2, and x equals 1.45.
Sure.
6, 7.
Yes.
Okay? So that's a piece of cake, right? You're just using the definition of a logarithmic function
question.
to rewrite it in exponential form, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, a little bit trickier is when they throw this at you. What's different about this? What's that?
Just put the x next to the exponent.
Nope.
No, they're adding.
They're adding, so no,
Divide.
no,
Multiply.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we learn those properties, because now before we do that little game, you have to have it reduced to one log. Okay? So log of x minus 3 plus log of x equals log of what? Combine this and what do you get? Pay attention in the back.
Can you write it in a different color?
What?
Can you write it in a different color?
Tiana's
Yes.
being abusive. Tiana made Colton cry.
Good. Adding two logs together is like you can put them as one log and make it multiplication instead. Okay? That was one of the things that we worked on earlier this week. So,
Wait, where'd that
if I distribute the x, that gives me log of x squared minus 3x equals 1. And now that I have it down to a single log, I can do the fun game that I did before. Okay? So it's going to be x squared minus 3x equals this number. And I think in all of the problems, it's always base 10. Yeah, this number to this power, so that would just be 10. And then you remember from like chapter 4, back in October, solving quadratics.
So we just subtract 10.
You subtract 10 and equal it to 0.
Oh.
And then what?
Yes, we get a.
I'll give you a hint. Yes, nice job, Colton. So I need two numbers that multiply together to make negative 10 and add to be negative 3.
Negative 5 and 2.
Negative 5 and positive 2. So that means that x equals
Positive 5 and
positive 5 and negative 2. Now, one of those answers I have to throw out. Which one and why?
-2 because it's really
Negative.
sad.
No,
Negative 2 because it's negative, so it's sad. Yeah, that's right. We don't want
Oh, really?
any negativity in our lives, we just want optimism. No, that's not it at all.
Oh,
Why do I actually, no, I actually am gonna throw out -2, but that's not the reason why. The reason why is I can't take the log of a negative number.
See?
That's the wrong side.
Because if I tried to do log of -2, what that is saying is 10 to the what power equals -2. And there's no way that you can raise a positive number to any power and get a negative answer. So this is not going to work. I don't want to talk to you right now because I am feeling so bad about what you said. I'm not going to take that to me. I'm going to be on my deathbed and I'm going to go, my one regret in my life is I didn't get Colton to a match.
No, he gets to come back number 1 on
You
next
can redeem it
Why
next
don't you play
year.
number 1?
Okay, I'll redeem it next year. You can go to all of them next year.
I wish.
Yeah,
Write that
me
down
too.
right now.
Okay, what's your question?
So, but it could be a negative number if it was like log to the 3 or whatever, right?
What do you mean?
Like instead of a 10 log, you know? It could
Like
be
base 3?
Yeah, base 3, that's what.
Because what would I raise 3, what power would I raise 3 to get -2?
Imaginary.
Okay, well what if it's a bigger negative
So you want me to go a big negative number?
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. No, there's no way I can take any positive number and raise it to a power and get a negative. It's always going to be positive.
Wait, I have a
Oh,
question.
wait, you can't raise the positive, okay. I thought-
Right.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
What's a good guy's house score?
What do you mean? Well, okay, so a good guy score, what could have got you to state is if you could shoot 43 or 44. What?
I put 9 food on the plate.
I guess we'll find out.
Wait, what's a good golf score?
If you can break 50,
That's my goal by the end of the season.
you should be, then you're in good shape. Okay, so let's do this one right here. This one though is not addition, it's subtraction. So subtraction is good, division. So I'm going to start by rewriting this as log of 6 divided by
Log.
3x
Oh, just kidding.
equals -2. Okay, what can I do with the 6 over 3x?
Reduce it.
Reduce it to what?
I don't know, I'm just saying.
Oh, you're right, because you know that 3 goes into 6 twice,
Two-
right? So I cross
two
it
over
out and make
x.
it, yep, 2 over x equals -2. Now I use the property of logs. So 2 over x equals 10 to the -2. What's 10 to the -2? Wrong. Wrong. 10 to the second is 100. Right, 10 to the -2 is 1 over 100.
Whoa.
Okay? Because that's what you do with negative exponents, right? You make them into fractions. Okay? Okay, then if I know that 2 over x equals 1 over 100, what does x have to equal?
200.
Okay?
Okay.
All right? Okay, one more situation that doesn't come up here but does come up in your homework assignment, and so let's make sure that we go over that.
Is there a number in front of the log?
Is what if there is a number in front of the log? What if it's 2 log x equals 5?
Would you move it to?
You can do this 2 different ways, and by
What's
the
the easy
miracle
way?
of mathematics, you'll get the same answer both times. What did you say?
What's the easier?
What did you say?
Oh, you move the 2.
To
Don't you,
where?
don't you raise it?
Yes, so one thing I can do is I can recognize that I can make that into an exponent, okay? So the log of x squared equals 5, and then I can just do the game we just did. So that means x squared equals what? 10 to the 5th. We're like getting rid of the log and just putting a 10 over there. All right, so if x squared equals 10 to the 5th, that means x squared equals 1, 2, 5, 0. So how do you find the answer to that? Square root of 100,000. Anybody have that off the top of their head?
Yes.
Holden? You guys have calculators and I don't. What is it?
3.16.
It's what? 316-ish? Okay, so that's one way that you can do it. The other way that you can do it is what could I do to get rid of that 2 besides making an exponent? I could divide both sides by 2, so that would give me the log of x equals 2.5, right? So this way I don't have to deal with the exponents. I don't know which way you might think is easier. So how do I rewrite this now? x equals 10 to the 2.5, and guess what 10 to the 2.5 is? 316. So it comes out the same either way. Okay? Okay? Do you like that way better?
Well, I like them both, though.
Yeah, both of them.
All right, one more thing just to not freak you out and see if maybe
What
you
if
guys
there's-
can actually work without asking me 12,000 questions. What if I have a log on both sides?
Divide. That's a good question.
I don't know.
What do I do with that? Yes, I move one to the other side. That's exactly right. How would I move this over to here? No? Subtract, yes. I'm going to subtract this from both sides.
But does that
Log
cancel
negative
out?
4x.
So it cancels out these. It does not cancel out the log here. What it does is it makes it log of x minus log of 5x equals 3. Okay? And then we're in the situation that we were just messing with before. Rewrite. Those are the same as division, so I'd rewrite this as log of x over 5x equals 3. And then in this case, the x's would cancel, so there'd actually be no solution because I just made that up on the top of my head. But you get the idea, right?
Yeah.
Get the logs on the both side, on the same side, and then combine them. Okay?
That equation is invalid. That's a
That equation is invalid.
Wait, what if
Let's
there's-
go 32 through 45 on each side.
32 through 45. 32.
No, not 32.